Good Monday morning. All eyes on Hurricane Debby as it's set to make landfall. It's going to push its way across Georgia as a weakening tropical storm before moving its way back out over open water. 2 p.m. on Tuesday, it only moves this far in 24 hours. Now everyone looks at this cone like, oh, just a tropical storm. But this is all about rain. We're looking at the possibility of historic rain across the area. A lot of the heavy rain will stay offshore and circulate its way to the north. But again, this just goes to show what is going to be heading our way as we go throughout the day today and especially tomorrow. Well, good morning, and as expected, we're already seeing that heavy rain. Yesterday, we did see a few showers moving their way into the area. It was some on and off light rain. But again, today is where we're really going to start to see things ramping up. Expected to move its way offshore throughout the day today before very slowly making that turn Wednesday into Thursday. Potential for excessive rainfall starts up today. There's tomorrow, and there is Thursday. So again, we have the potential for some flooding rain. Widespread, expecting about 10 to 15 inches of rain with those pockets of 15 to 20. Look at this big stretch right here with nothing going on. That is some dry air that has pulled its way into Debby, and that is why it looks so ragged. That's why you're seeing, again, the expanded field of rain all the way up into North Carolina. The storm surge watch in effect. We got 2 to 4 foot storm surge expected as we go again throughout the second half of the day today, especially as we get to that high tide at 10:14 and that Thursday morning high tide at 10:52. Those winds picking up, and we are expecting in minor flood stage Spring-Made Pier as we go throughout high tide this evening, and then actually will start to go down as we go throughout the day on Thursday. Thursday morning, Tropical Storm Debby made landfall early this morning on Bulls Bay, South Carolina, down to our south, and it's going to move its way through our area as we go throughout the day today. Look at the rainfall for Debby so far, anywhere from 4.5 to 9.4. And again, some of you see here in white, it's over a foot of rain already. It'll slowly pick up some speed for the day today. 40-mile-per-hour winds as it moves its way right through the heart of the PD and then up into North Carolina tonight to early tomorrow morning. Good Friday morning, even though Debby is racing its way up towards the northeast, it is still raining. So the main concern after Debby leaves is going to be the rivers, because everything that falls, of course, goes into the rivers. Numerous flood warnings, as you can see from our river floods and the river gauge. So currently we have 4 in minor flood stage, and we have the Lumber River already in moderate flood stage. And the forecasts for these rivers are to continue to go up. As you can see, we've got 4 going to go to moderate flood stage, and we actually have 2 forecasted to go to major flood stage. And Debby's going to continue to move its way out of the area. We're going to go back to normal as we go throughout our weekend, which of course is good news, but we're not going to be drying out.
Coverage you can count on this morning starts now.
Okay, Thursday morning, as you can see on our radar, still have the heavy rain circulating its way through the area. For today, it's going to be another wet and windy day, actually a little windier than what we had this time yesterday, as Debby did make landfall down to the south. Got a lot of flooding going on right now. This has happened throughout the day yesterday and throughout our early morning hours. We have that flood watch for the entire area and all these green polygons, the outlines. That is the flash flood warnings. A lot of streets closed this morning. As you can see, some of them that are blinking is the flash flood emergency going on in North Carolina right now. Some very heavy rainfall. And you see a lot of activity up in North Carolina. And there is Debby that made landfall early this morning around 2 a.m. in Bulls Bay, just down to our south. And again, you see the tornado watch to the north. A lot of tornado warnings throughout the overnight for our morning hours, and that's where the tornado activity is going to be for the day today. For us, again, it's wind and rain. Tropical Storm Debby made landfall at 50-mile-per-hour winds, and it still has that moving to the northwest at about 5 miles per hour, and it will track its way right through our area for the day today. The wind's dying down just a little bit to about 40, but it will start to pick up some speed as it moves its way through our area up into North Carolina early tomorrow morning. As you can see, it'll continue to work its way up and out. Still a little wet, still a little breezy for your Friday, but by the time we get to the weekend, we're going to return to normal. This is going to link up with the cold front and get pushed to the north very quickly as we go throughout the weekend. So on your futurecast, seeing more of the same. Again, the winds are going to continue. They did pick up overnight, and they're going to continue for the day today with that strong onshore flow as Debby tracks through, bring more rain, and our wind will shift out of the south. It's going to be very windy as we go throughout the day today into this evening and overnight as well. Debby pushes into North Carolina. South flow continues. And again, the winds will gradually die down for tomorrow. Still breezy, and we get that large wraparound moisture for your Friday afternoon where you're going to get that shower and thunderstorm activity. Then as we go into the weekend is where it's going to link up. You can see where that cold front is. That'll help push Debby to the north. But again, That's going to be hanging out for the weekend. We'll see some shower and thunderstorm activity, but this is going to be more of our typical summertime weather finally for the weekend. Look at the rainfall for Debbie so far, anywhere from 4.5 to 9.4. And again, some of you see here in white, it's over a foot of rain already. And you see a lot up along the border belt into North Myrtle Beach, and that's where we're getting the potential for the heaviest rain for the day today. Anywhere for another 2 to 4 inches of rain along the border belt, circulating its way around, you see, to the Midlands, through the PD. Down to the south, a little bit less, as again, things start to dry a little bit from south to north. Of course, we have that tropical storm warning. It stretches from the coast all the way back through Florence, as we're expecting some of those winds for the last 24 hours, 44 in North Myrtle Beach, 46 for Lumberton, Laurinburg. There's a tropical storm force winds, and expecting a few more of the spots to get that again with that strong onshore flow. 30s, 40s, maybe up to the mid 40s as we go throughout the day today. Shifting out of the south, but again, Friday still going to be a breezy day, 20s to about 30. And then again, these winds will gradually die down as we go throughout your weekend. So we still have that high surf advisory in your surf break zones, 6 to 9 feet, maybe a little high, maybe up to about 10. So the high surf advisory goes through tomorrow. Also have that high rip current risk. There's your winds out of the south, 25 to 35, gusting to 45 for today. They'll gradually die down as we go throughout tomorrow. And again, as we go through the weekend, things for us will slowly get back to normal.